Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Ellen Barrett. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've got a great show ahead for you, and I'm so excited to introduce you to our first guest today because I really do have a soft spot in my heart for festival foods. That was my very first job. This is Paul Anderson. He's the store director over at the Madison Festival Foods. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, I'm very happy to be here.
And we were kind of chatting before the show. It is incredible to hear the stories of so many people who their first job or, at some point in their life, they worked at a Festival Foods.
Absolutely.
It's
and
crazy.
here in Madison, we get a lot of students that have worked at other locations in Wisconsin and then come to work for us in Madison while they're going to the UW.
It's a great place to work if you're looking for employment, and that kind of ties into what we're going to talk about today as well, because you guys are so involved in the community, whether it be employing students or different people throughout the community, but you guys are also really involved. And why is it so important for you guys to be so active in the community?
Well, one of our values is community involvement, and we exist. Our vision statement is to succeed in groceries for the benefit of our associates, our guests, and then also our communities. So we try to make the communities that we're involved or do business in better places for everyone.
And you guys are involved in quite a few events as well throughout the year. You see the festival Boomerang and Symbol quite often. And so what events are you guys in?
Well, here in Madison, as well as throughout the state of Wisconsin, we partner to do fireworks. And here we're really happy to be in the Shake the Lake. And this year, it's going to be June 24th. And it's the third year that we've been involved, and it keeps growing and getting better every year. And then in addition to Shake the Lake, we run the Turkey Trot every year, and that's the Thanksgiving morning 2-mile, 5-mile run. And we have great participation with that. We're in over 10 cities, and I think 30,000 participants, and the proceeds from that go to some very worthwhile charities, Boys and Girls Club and the YMCA.
Oh, awesome. And such fun events to get the whole family involved. Really almost a tradition for a lot of families.
Absolutely.
So,
families are important to us, and we feel that the people at Festival, we are a big family.
Absolutely. And you guys get involved with food pantries as well. So which food pantries do you guys support?
Well, here in Madison, the River Food Pantry, and then Community Action Coalition, and then St. Paul's Lutheran Church runs a food pantry. So we have those people picking up at our door every day.
Wow.
Last year alone, we donated over 60,000 pounds of food to those pantries. And we've also worked with the Goodman Center here to help support their Thanksgiving meal program they have.
Wow. And we've listed so many things that make Festival Foods special. I mean, the list goes on and on. What would you say makes Festival so special?
Well, service to our guests. That's, one of our values. We've got, at the Madison store, we've got over 190 employees there to serve our guests. And, we talk about building relationships. Well, we build relationships with the community and also our customers.
Absolutely. And one great feature that you guys have is the deli section. So much good food. What makes your deli special, probably compared to other people's delis?
Well, I think the Festival Deli, we have everything in our deli. As I look at the Madison market, our deli has more than any other deli has to offer, from a salad bar, a hot buffet line, sandwiches, soups, sushi, heat and eat entrees. I mean, on and on. There are so many meal solutions that you can either eat right there in the store or else take home, heat and eat, or, go up in our mezz and eat it for lunch.
One of my favorites, I don't know what your favorite is, Paul, potato salad.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh. I could have that every day.
Festival, Festival, we have our own special recipe.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
It is good.
Oh, and what other unique features does the Madison Festival have before we go?
Well, we have the mezz, and it's the mezz dining deck, and we actually have a lounge and a bar up there. There's an outdoor patio that people can come in for lunch lunch or dinner. There's seating for 30 outside overlooking East Wash. And then there's seating for 100 people up in our mezz. So some unique things we see is people come in and they'll go upstairs and they'll grab our ad and plan their shopping trip. And I think it gives them a chance to relax and shop leisurely.
I love that, because there's nothing worse than grocery shopping on an empty stomach. So make sure you eat first. Otherwise, you're going to buy everything in the store.
Absolutely.
Again, this is Paul Anderson. He's the store director with Festival Foods in Madison. Thank you so much for being with us.
I'm happy to be here.
I really appreciate it. And we'll be back with more Talk of the Town on Wisconsin's 57 television right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We have a new addition to our set today, if you haven't noticed, and we're going to learn more about what this is and how cool it is. With me today, I have Danielle Brock, and she's the co-artistic director and festival chair with the Wisconsin Flute Festival. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me on.
I'm so excited to learn about this, but we're going to wait till the end.
Sounds good.
Okay, perfect. So tell me a little bit about this festival, what the Wisconsin Flute Festival is.
So the Wisconsin Flute Festival, it's a one-day educational event that's put on by the Madison Flute Club.
Awesome.
And it's being held on the campus of UW-Madison at the Pyle Center. We have sessions going all the way from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. at night. And
Wow.
the final concert is what's last at 5 to 7 p.m.
So do you have to be like a professional flutist to attend?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We have flutists who are probably anywhere from 8 years old to 80 years old at the festival. So we have students who are currently pursuing music in band or orchestra programs at their schools, who play in the Wisconsin Youth Symphony Orchestra. They participate with the Madison Flute Club in our youth flute choirs. And we do have professional flutists. We have several flutists from over 12 states who are going to be presenting on topics that are of their specialty and giving performances as well.
Wow, it sounds like a really cool event for all ages.
Yeah.
And what is the cost of the event if people would like to attend?
So for a youth flutist, it's $25, which
Sure.
is very reasonable for a full day. For adult flutist, it's $35. And then we also have a non-flutist guest pass for $5 if you are not a flutist and still want to come and check out the concerts.
Very cool. So if you are maybe a part of a family, one of you plays the flute, maybe a couple of you don't, and you just want to be there to kind of check it out and support, there's different options.
And then the evening concert is also free and open to the public as
Oh,
well.
perfect. So a lot of different fun things to do. And what would you consider the main draw of the event? There's so much going on.
So we actually have completely taken over the Alumni Lounge, which is the larger space available in Pyle. And we have over 12 vendors coming from all over the United States. And we actually have one exhibitor from Germany as well. So people can try out instruments, they can buy music, they can buy accessories, bags to carry their music and flutes and accessories. That is definitely probably a really big draw for a lot of people. Additionally, we have a guest artist, Lorna McGee. She is the principal flutist with the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra, and she also teaches on the faculty at Carnegie Mellon.
Wow.
And she has been featured in many concerts and master classes quite recently around the U.S. And she's also played with orchestras here in the U.S. and abroad.
So if you played the flute, this is kind of like a dream.
Oh yeah,
A dream come true. And so again, what are some of the sessions that attendees can expect when they come?
So starting at 8 a.m. in the morning, we have a warm-up session, and we also have a session focused on how to practice effectively and efficiently. We have a young artist competition for middle school and high school flutists, a collegiate competition, and the collegiate flutist had to submit a preliminary recording to be accepted to the final round.
Wow.
Later on in the day, we will have a health panel, and we'll have specialists who deal with Alexander technique and Feldenkrais and also other hand health issues related to musicians, specifically flutists. We have concerts throughout the day. I'm trying to think what else. It's a full
Anything
day.
you could think of, it's gonna be there.
We have the flute professor from UW Oshkosh is going to be giving a concert of all 12 of Telemann's fantasias on flutes that are designed after flutes made in the 16 and 1700s.
Wow.
So it's a very large variety of sessions.
Gosh. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Danielle, what is a low flute?
So low flutes, aside from the regular C flute and piccolo, we have an alto flute, which is slightly bigger, bass flute, which is probably about It's probably 4 feet long or so, maybe not quite that big. And then we have this, and this is the contrabass flute. This is the only one in the state of Wisconsin, and its name is Calliope. There are flutes larger than this, but unfortunately we don't own any of those yet. So,
oh my goodness.
Actually, one of the sessions that we're going to have is a low flutes petting zoo. And, and attendees who are interested or curious to try out the low flutes are welcome to come and try them out.
Oh my goodness. You got to check out this event because this is huge. I mean,
6 feet tall, huge.
It really is huge. I mean, I'm sure it looks huge on camera, but even bigger in person.
Yeah.
So much fun going on at the Wisconsin Flute Festival. Danielle, thank you so much for being with us today. I really appreciate it. And stick around. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town right here on Wisconsin's 57 Television. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. With me now, I have Joe and Rita Cleansing, and they're the owners of the new off-Broadway Draft House. Thank you guys so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
And bringing snacks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you guys are my new best friends now. You can come every day.
Here in the morning is always good.
Absolutely. And so I want to talk about your guys' place. What were your reasons for opening the Draft House, and why at this location?
Well, we originally had opened that back in 1999 as the South Bay Lounge and Grill. Took it back a number of years ago. Saw a real need in that area for a something a little different in a bar or restaurant. So we did a draft house with some great food products and brought some of the history of the area back to that side of town, and people have been really excited about it.
And where are you guys from, and where did you guys grow up?
Well, Joe grew up in Monona, and I grew up in a small town called Lime Ridge. It's about an hour and a half from Madison, but I'm a farm girl, and he's a city boy.
So both Wisconsinites, though.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I grew up working in Monona as my first job at Taco John's, and owned that for 28 years. And
Awesome.
then, so it was natural to move right down the street a little bit and open another business.
Wow, isn't that funny how things work out like that? That's amazing. And now the interior of your space, it's really decorated with historical murals and lots of wood and different things in the space. And tell us a little bit about this and the significance behind those decorations.
Sure, I'll let Rita talk about the wood in a second, but I'll tell you about the history of the area. When we were first starting on this project, we had pulled the soffit off the front of the building. Lo and behold, Airway Tavern shows up. And so I dug into the history of that, and that's been there since the 1920s, back when that was Royal Airport in Penco Field across the road. Charles Lindbergh landed there in 1927. And so that kind of gave us our inspiration for doing historical murals. We worked with the Wisconsin Historical Society, and then we repurposed a lot of wood.
Yeah, as we got going with demolition, we kept finding, even the 2x4s in the wall, there's nothing wrong with them. So we wanted to reuse as much as we could. And then I'm a Pinterest freak, so.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, it's a bad thing some days. But we had old wood floors that we had put in back in '99, and we pulled those up, and we used those as wall art. We also found wood floors under 3 layers of old bathroom floor that we didn't even know was there. So we used that. We just tried to use as much as we could. Even the wood from the ceiling and the roof, we used that everywhere.
Oh, incredible.
So it just gives a lot of character to the building.
Absolutely, and like you guys said, the history and kind of keeping that alive and putting your own spin on it. I love that idea. And now we got to talk about the beer as well. You brought some with you today, and you guys have a pretty wide beer selection. You have 24 draft lines and many craft bottled beers as well. Why is that important to you guys?
Well, we wanted to do something different. Our front of the house manager, Chad Kersey, does a wonderful job with the beer selection. We have 24 rotating beers on tap, and they're changing daily.
Sure.
Some nights we'll have eight beers go off and 8 new ones come on. Plus we have a lot of bottled beer. So, it's been a big thing in Wisconsin and in the Midwest, and we wanted to capture that. And we have a lot of local breweries that we work with and promote, and they work with us.
Awesome. And your place has been getting quite a bit of buzz recently. It's just such a good vibe, kind of like what we had talked about, the ambiance, I guess, inside. But let's talk about the food as well. And really, what sets you guys apart? It seems like there's so much.
Oh my gosh. We care so much about what we offer. And for instance, we brought our meat and cheese platter today, which has local meats from Greene County, from Roof's Meat Market. And they do a great job. So there's a Braunschweiger, a Schublig, and a Farmer Wurst. And then we have an aged cheddar and a baby Swiss and some blue cheese and greens on there. And that's one of our most popular items. But we wanted to kind of get down to the comfort food level. So we don't have a huge menu, but we have so many good things. We have mussels, which can be made with Chardonnay or beer, and sliders, Tres Carnes sliders. But our staff does a great job. Our lead chef, Alexandra Nikoloff, and our kitchen team, they just work together so well.
Absolutely. And I love the idea of quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Just you know you're going to go in, like you said, maybe the menu is smaller, but you're going to love everything that's on there. And is there anything better than meat and cheese and beer?
No.
I think that's like the holy like trifecta. I think you've nailed it. Thank you guys so much for being with us today. Again, they're with the Off-Broadway Draft House. Thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here.
Had a great time.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, and we'll be back with more Talk of the Town right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. With me now, I have Dale Benjamin. He's the president over at Benjamin Plumbing. Thanks so much for being with us
Well,
today.
thanks for inviting me.
I really appreciate you being here today. And what kind of jobs does Benjamin Plumbing do?
Well, we consider ourselves a full-service contractor. We do
Sure.
commercial work like restaurants, hotels, office buildings, that sort of thing. We'll do residential remodeling, just the plumbing component of it, like bathroom remodeling, kitchen remodeling. We have a full service department to come in and fix broken things like toilets and kitchen faucets and leaks and pipes and that sort of thing. And then we do snow melt.
And what is snow melt? I've heard of that before. I don't quite know what it
Well,
is.
snow melt is where we bury pipes within concrete driveways or sidewalks,
Okay.
and then we hook them up to a boiler, and we run hot water through those pipes. So in a snow event, the sidewalk heats itself up to a temperature, so when it snows, it melts instantly, so there's no shoveling involved.
Oh, my
We do
goodness.
sidewalks, we do driveways, we do stairs. Stairs are really nice, slip hazards.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is a real thing?
This is a real thing.
How am I just hearing about this now?
It's been-
Everybody in
it's-
Wisconsin needs this.
Well, at one point in time, it was an energy code issue where you
Sure.
couldn't do it for energy code, but they've now softened that issue. And out west, it's been done for a long time out west.
Oh my goodness, especially in places where, I mean, you're getting, feet of snow
Right.
every single day.
Right.
That's hours of your life spent shoveling.
Well, it's the time plus it's a safety issue. We look at it from
Yeah.
a safety issue.
Sure. Making it safer for your family, pulling out of the driveway, not slipping
Yeah.
if you have maybe elderly parents or
That's
your
right.
family's aging,
Slip and fall and break a hip, you got a problem.
or if you just don't want to shovel.
Just want to shovel works well too.
I like that. And now I want to ask you as well, there's been a lot of activity near Highway PD and Verona Road, and that's where your offices used to be, correct? And what's going on over there?
Well, until December 19th of last year, that was our office location for 28 years. What's going on there, the Verona Road Highway project is starting to take place for phase 2.
Sure.
And there's a lot of utility work going on there. And later this year, they will be taking down the old Benjamin Plumbing building.
Okay. So a new move for you guys. So you're now in a new location?
Yeah, we're up on Commerce Park Drive up by the Sub-Zero manufacturing plant in Fitchburg.
All right. So settling into your new home so
Right.
people can still find you.
Right.
Awesome. And now let's talk a little bit about plumbing. Spring is coming. Things are starting to warm up. Are there any plumbing items that homeowners should be aware of this spring as things start to thaw out?
Well, every year this happens,
Yeah.
and we get dozens and dozens and dozens of these. And what happens is this is the outside hose bib for your house. So when you're a homeowner, you see that.
Okay.
And when you turn this handle, the shutoff is inside your house.
Oh.
But what happens is if you leave a garden hose or water gets captured here, garden hose or a diverter valve of some sort on the outside, water sits in there. When it gets cold, it freezes, and this splits. So in the spring, you come and turn that faucet on, water will come out of here, but it also comes out the split and starts to fill up your house full of water. So I always tell people, two people, and first time you turn it on in the spring, one person goes outside, turns it on, one person's inside to make sure that didn't split. And
Oh, my
we do volumes of these every year, and the amount of damage that gets caused by that is tremendous.
Oh, not a good
So-
way to start your spring.
No, it's not. We've had people turn them on and go out and water or wash their
Yeah.
car and be on for a couple hours, and the basement's filling up with water, and they don't know it because water still comes out of here.
Oh, not good. So be sure you check that out. It'll save you a lot of time
Absolutely.
and energy. And for some folks, too, their water bill has gone up recently. Why might that be?
Well, there could be a multitude of things. One of the simplest things is the flapper device.
Okay.
These are all different types of flappers, and these are just a small sample of the dozens available. And that's inside your toilet tank, and water can leak past there at such a slow rate, you don't hear it,
Oh,
but it shows up on your water meter.
Okay.
And so that's just one of many things that could be the problem, but that's a fairly common issue for us.
sure. So a nice little upgrade could end up saving you some money over time.
Yeah, it's a simple fix, and the problem is there are dozens of these available, and you have to know which one fits your toilet. So that's why our service department gets involved.
Awesome. Perfect. And for people who have water heaters as well, you want to take that warm, cozy shower right now and into the summer too. I'm guilty of that. There's never a cold shower, at least in my apartment. That's never something I do. How can you extend the life of your water heater?
Well, a water softener is
Sure.
an important thing. Another thing that's important to know about is this is called an anode rod, and this one's about a year old.
Okay.
This is inside a water heater. You don't see this. This is what it looks like after water has been eating on it for a period of time. This is designed to sacrifice itself to save the water heater. This is what a new one looks like.
Okay.
And
oh
as
my
this
goodness.
gets deteriorated, the water will start attacking the inside of the tank possibly. And so this is new, this is about a year old. Now, not every heater after a year will look like that, but that's one example, and then it attacks the heater.
So another upgrade you can do, save yourself some money, have warmer showers. It's a win-win.
Absolutely.
Again, this is Dale Benjamin. He's the president of Benjamin Plumbing. Thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it. And thank you to all of our guests, and thank you for watching. You can find us next time on Talk of the Town, only on Wisconsin's 57 Television.